here. There we go. Happy Sunday, everybody. All right. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. End this lockdown now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mm, mm. All right, let's make sure we are live. And yes, we are. And good morning, everybody. Make sure this is going out. Yes, yes, there is. Matadone, how you doing, Matt? Nice to see you. Matadone Matt in the house. Hey, Sandy, Golden State. Hi, tomorrow I was eating chicken at home. All right, North, I got your message. You are so cute. Hello, Cupcake. Hello, Jody. Vicky, Victoria. La da da do 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 do. Seemed I touched a raw nerve yesterday. How you doing, Sister Earth? Good morning. Yes, last night was great, and I will tell you, anybody talks about raising a family and has somebody that turns out like Elbow to be a grifter and a lowlife, boy, they make your old daddy proud, huh? What you turned out, the bum you turned out to be. But we'll be getting to that. So, good morning, Karina. Nice to see you. Yeah, take it to the wall. That's what I do. That's what I'm doing these days. So, hi, Velveteen. Dano. Oh, thank you, Laura. I'm feeling good today. I got a good sleep last night. I would not recommend. Hello, Lolly. Hey, bad. I would not recommend eating a burger and having a big milkshake at 11:30 at night. So today is going to be fasting today. Just some coffee and some orange juice. That's going to be about it. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Hello, Michael. Last night was most definitely an epic shoot. All yesterday was epic. And that's the first thing I think I need to do. Hello, Olivia. Is number one, thank the people yesterday that were along on some big. I think we ended up having two streams yesterday, which was great. Gone through. Hello, Doors. Go getting a soda and popcorn. Oh, it's going to be a light today. It's going to be more talking about just the state of things. Uh, on YouTube and the way I feel about things. And I know a lot of people are talking about how you doing, Cinnamon. Good morning, Cindy. I know. Hey, Penny. I know a lot of people are talking. Hey, Jan, are talking about that on Camo Dave's and a few other channels last night. So I want to be very specific about my meaning on that so it can't be misinterpreted, so it can be put out straight. McFly, nice to see you. Great live streams. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you for yesterday. So those of you who yesterday were kind enough to go and tip out on a channel, I appreciate that. I really do. As you know, there's a difference between giving a tip on a channel and demanding taxes or demanding people's support. In my opinion, laziness and lack of content. So I want to thank you for that. I never feel guilty when I'm out there climbing up the side of a mountain, showing you guys some interesting graveyards and content. How you doing, Uber Goober? Yeah, you got your 9 cents ready. Exactly. How much should you pay for a channel membership? I don't care I don't really care. Let me make sure. Hold on, I'm getting some kind of feedback here. Hold on a second. Truth be told, I'm a big believer in allowing people to do what they want. Let me see this. Yeah, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I was getting some feedback here. Let me go ahead and fix this. Done. Let me save that. I'm a big believer in personal freedoms, but I'm not a believer in haranguing people and harassing people and berating people that don't choose to stand up to that type of bullying. I really don't like that. I'm trying to get back here to the channel. I don't think that flies. Let me see here. Okay, I am back on the channel again. Apologies for that. So I know a lot of people are talking about that today. Hey, bartender Iser Dave, I nailed it just like McFly. Just like my old friend Jimmy used to nail it years ago. Years ago. Thank you, Shannon. Earthquake, loved your video last night. I'm going to continue to call things out as I see it because we've crossed into a whole new era here on YouTube. And the well, let me just start by saying again, thank you guys. I'll get to the other stuff. Thank all of you. I'm sorry I missed everybody. Hello, Mouse Toes. Hello, Lindsay. Where do I sign up for the 9 cents exactly? So thank you for that yesterday, and I'll get into the specifics because I had some people comment, "Oh, you have a PayPal or you have the super chat." Like I say, I'll get into the whys and wherefores of what I think is okay to have and what it means to have a channel and then have a video whose only purpose is to go after money. And to me, you're taking a big risk and you're abusing what really is a public trust on YouTube to do that. But I'll get into that. So thank you for yesterday. This cemetery chooch, I never in a million years, yeah, it seems as though you predicted the future in your morning message. Exactly. I never imagined in a million years that there was a cemetery in the county that was as cool as that one. Built on this. I'll never go there alone at dark, but wouldn't it be great to have Mr. Z or somebody with me to go chooching through there in October around Halloween with a few lights creeping around? And I understand too that they have tours that they give of that cemetery. But it was interesting. Thank you, Uber Goober. Coming from you, that's quite something. Hello, Fettis. It was interesting as they put people high first, I imagine, on the hill. I guess for better views of the afterlife or whatever. And they all tended to be English and German names. And then as you got down lower, it was Italians who came in second waves in the 1890s, 1900s. And they dominated the lower levels, and then the mid levels, and then down below you had the veteran cemetery, which is very controversial in terms of its star on the ground. A star to some is a pentagram on some other ones. So it was very interesting. Hello, Deb. Yeah, it was a good hangout last night. So thank you for that. And we'll tear into that. We'll tear into that in a minute. Now, I had a couple drinks yesterday for the first time since March 15th. March 17th, the state of California went into lockdown. It was the first state. So we're already well into our 5th week of lockdown here. But as far as being on the street and being able to patronize a bar, you get thirsty climbing mountains, doing all that. And you like the joy of just having a little, what I call, mood enhancer. A little bit of a mood enhancer out there. And that was so nice to have not one, but 2 lower shelf tequila margaritas last night. Was great. I mean, it's ridiculous to say it, but that was a high spot of my chooching around. Now, we had, hey Patty, thank you McFly, we had a great look at the town of Sonoma. You could see what a pretty town it was, what an interesting town, what a moneyed town Sonoma is, with its beautiful center square, with its amazing history that we detailed. The California flag that you see today that has the bear on it and the star and says California Republic, throws back to the days in the 1840s when California was an independent country for about 2 weeks. Right there in that town of Sonoma is where that flag and that Bear Flag Rebellion was born, to get free of Mexico, and then the United States came sweeping through and said, oh, hell no. That land on the Pacific Ocean is too valuable to have that be another nation on our western flank. Oh, hell no. Thank you, Rescue. Yeah. Let's see. The original owner of one of our properties had a pentagram in the background because it was an Air Force guy. Air Force Star. Yeah, beautiful rock display. I would say that. That's the way. That's the spin I have to. That's the spin I need to put on that. Okay, and if you're coming in, the thumbs up are appreciated today. That's what I saw. I saw a veteran cemetery with a lot of people who's, if you could talk to those people and get their stories, I'm sure that they would be amazing. A lot of those veterans, and a lot of them would be boring too. You know, that's like Joey D. I just served my time. You know, they all the veterans tend to downplay their own service to the nation. But if you served, you're a great person in my eyes. So those drinks were good yesterday. And I really enjoyed having that. I really enjoyed everybody being on the chooch. Now, I seem to have hit a nerve yesterday with a lot of things I talk about. And of course, I put it out there honestly. I'm not a person that's ever faked up being in the Everglades and pretending that I'm broken down so that I can separate people from their money and evoke sympathy. I'm not the kind of person to put a blanket over myself and stand under a bridge overpass to try to evoke sympathy. I'm also a person that tries to do things for other people, care about other people, be a sounding board sometimes for other people's problems and other people's, I want to say, terrors in life too, and things that worry them. My giving is not centered around feeding a couple cats and giving a pocket full of change to a preacher on the street. That's BS. That's BS. So I've been totally transparent and honest with people. Of what you see is what you get. Never had to make up stories. And this is what I talk about the YouTube money trap is when you have a channel and you start to feel like you're somebody, and maybe you've never been somebody before, and you start to feel like, wow, I can really tap into people. I can speak. I can use my talents as a grifter to part people from their money. Now, as I've said before, a voluntary tip is one thing. And if you're bringing content and you're bringing joy to people and you're taking people places they haven't been before, entertaining people, I think on that scale, if people want to tip out, that's their choice. But you don't throttle people through the screen and make every talking point, almost every hangout about money. And how can I set up things to grab money from people on a regular basis? Therefore, instead of content leading and being at the forefront, the grab for money comes first. And we see the content used to be on one channel from reviewing and actually trying to provide some content to now just being reduced to a ridiculous looking guy sitting and doing state of the steering wheel addresses. This, I think, is one of the real problems of YouTube is that you start to get full of yourself. You start to find out that you can use your words and planning to evoke sympathy from people and to start to, dare I say the word, manipulate people. This is what I call like the breach of trust of YouTube is all of a sudden the content which you came to YouTube to do now takes a back seat. And it seems like the more you tie into that, the less content you get. You know why? Because people no longer feel like, they feel like they're on YouTube welfare. They're getting a regular payout and they're just going to put it in fourth gear and overdrive and just sit back and cruise on your dime. This is like abuse to me. Then it goes up another level. I'm in a bad way. I don't have any money. I'm down to my last $36.80, despite the fact that you've got thousands in a hidden bank account. You're going to come on and be untruthful with people and make up stories. I'm broken down in the Everglades. I'm eating chicken out of a can. Entertaining on YouTube, at that point, it's not front of mind with you. It's using YouTube as an ATM machine. This channel will always put content number one. When I sit here and do these things, I tell people I'm not doing any content to entertain. I'm just speaking my mind and offering my opinion on here. I'm not out here bringing you sites and taking you places. To me, there's zero entertainment value. It's just an informational, like it's a morning chooch. People on this channel know the difference. Okay, but what they don't want and what they would be appalled to see is me come on and say, now I've got to talk about the money today. What is it? It's the 19th of April. It's Sunday. You know what, people? Sunday is let's talk money today. All right. Let me get your feedback on this. What can you afford to give me on a regular basis to keep me in a grifter lifestyle? I would hope everybody would flee for the hills. This is what my issue with YouTube. It's so easy to slide over when you get a sense of, I hate to say the word powerful, but when you start to get a larger platform where you get 200, 300, 500, sometimes 800 people on a live stream, to me, your honesty, your fidelity, your thinking about other people, your empathy in those situations has to rise to sky high levels. Some people are weak though. And they use those moments of power and build a channel for one express purpose only, to part people from their money. To resist doing that, evidently to some people takes a lot of, the fortitude they don't have. But to me, to use the platform for that becomes unethical at that point. to use a big platform, not to entertain, which is originally why we all started our channels. But now we're going to put the cart in front of the horse here, and we're going to put the money in front. And that's it. And that's what I don't like. And I've seen it breaking out all over the place. Guy came on the other night and then deleted his hangout. Let people see what you're really about, man. If you're going to be that way, let people see it. Don't take things down in shame. Oh my God, what are they going to do when they see that? I'll never in a million years understand how people support that. Now, if people want to produce content in their own way and entertaining, I don't have an issue with that. If people want to do that, that's fine. Like I say, YouTube allows memberships. That's always been a concept that's, that doesn't ring with me, because I don't want levels of people. At that point, when it comes to membership, you're looking at the people that came with you across the Great Plains, the Rocky Mountains, the Wasatch Mountains, the Sierra Mountains, and grew with your channel. You're basically telling those people that, hey, you got to be at the back of the train now. You can't come into my chat anymore because you're not ponying up the money. You don't matter as much anymore. Everybody should matter equally on YouTube. You should value the people that subscribe. I still have subscriber number 1 on my channel. People shouldn't be put to some loyalty test through their wallets or their purses here. That's right. It's a lack of pride in self. It's also a lack of caring about others, particularly times. We know times are tough now. The natural thing to do in these situations, thank you, Patty, would be to get more content. When business slows down, which it is on YouTube a lot, something already on the order of 40% or something like that. Most business owners will be racking their brains to think about what we can do to drive and keep the business sustained, not how we can rob our customers. This is what I think about, membership plans. They create a layer of, for lack of better, of royalty. And of course, some people are going to be upset. They'll feel excluded. They'll scrape the bottom of the barrel to be a part of it. But other people will scratch their heads and lower their heads and say, well, it's really a sad day on the Rosie O'Kelly channel. I can't do that. I've had tons of people in the last 2 weeks tell me, do the members. I don't care if other people do it, it's fine. But for me, I don't like the message that it sends. From day one, I've wanted to have a very flat channel that everybody could be a part of the channel. And not to start build up tiers. I know some people have money. Some people have a lot of money out there. Does that mean that I have a right to tap into them? No. If they want to do something, they do something. Okay? You don't have to twist their arm. They're your member by being here. You're the non-givers are your members by being here. How you doing, Dave? How you doing, Rashid Mack? It's just, I've seen people go down this slippery slope. People I never thought they would do it. that start to turn YouTube into an ATM machine, and they're losing their ability to create real content that people want to see, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Other people may have a different opinion. Say elbows worth watching. Well, I don't, that's a personal taste thing. But there's certainly no honesty there. You'll never get that. Life every day is wake up in the morning, what can I suck out of the system without putting anything? And that's the first and last thought of the day. It took 4 months for me to finally suss it all out and appreciate it. So those of you who want to go ahead and support that, by all means do so. That's right, Lori Green. You get a membership with nothing to it. That's the problem. That's the issue I see. That's why the real slippery slope of YouTube is that you start to get known, you start to build a following, and you start to get full of yourself. You start to believe your own press. You start to believe, you get arrogant. You get egotistical. And people sense that, and all of a sudden you've sucked the fun out of the channel. The honesty, the spontaneity, the joy of the channel, gone. Yeah, they'll stick with you a week, maybe a month, but one day they're just going to say, this is just a money grab. This is all this is. And you'll start hearing things. Man, I remember when Rosie would go out chooching and would bake something or do vintage audio, go metal detecting. Now it's every time I tune into a Rosie hangout, it's all about money. I just can't, with good conscience, run things like that. And I tell you also, I give away a lot too to people. I try to support other people on YouTube. I think a lot of us do that. We see somebody, we meet somebody new on YouTube, we see their situation, well, hey, this person, let's give them a little emotional lift today. That's the normal course of YouTube, to build other people up. Not to look at other people's platforms as leverage to get yourself grown. That's a user. And I just tell you, you see so many people these days that have suddenly just gone into grab mode because maybe the lifestyle that they were dumb enough to build upon is threatened. They're rolling the dice. Either this country or this world pulls out of this current situation, or we're down the crapper, and it's going to be. The reality is, a lot of these people are going to be looking for jobs, and they're going to be competing with 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, who will suddenly start coming to work on time and showing up and being respectful for the boss and being productive. That's a terrifying day to some of these people that suck off the fat of the land. That they might actually have to be called upon to be productive and get out of bed, groom themselves, and actually show up for a job somewhere, as opposed to sleep until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Life doesn't run like that. You mentioned we had a very unusual period here where people have now exploited that YouTube offering to the fullest extent possible. Smart people, well, lucky people, didn't discover YouTube until they were older. If I was younger, I might be going down the same path. I might be full of myself. I might be arrogant. I might think that I'm royalty and that you're peasants. And now, now I thank myself, hey Joe, I thank my lucky stars that I was older. I was 55 years old when I discovered the joys of YouTube. And I worked for the next 6.5 years anyway. To do any different, you think it would have made my mom, rest her soul, proud to have me sitting around saying I'm going to be a YouTube star? So if you're crowing about how your pop raised you, start by being honest in life. I got wonderful people. You don't have to twist their arms to do things. It makes me want to do things back for them. So we're all happy on YouTube. We all take the opportunity to lift somebody up and do something kind for somebody. But the requirement that on a regular basis, you got to come up to my pay window and put that money down, while I do less and less and less and less. That's what I don't like. And I finally started voicing that opinion because now we've crossed over to this whole nother level of money grabbing. And I see a concurrent decline in entertainment that goes with that. A drop in creativity. A grab for the low-hanging fruit of somebody else, and what's a D-dub doing, or what's this person doing? The insanity of jealousy coupled with a drying up well of creativity. It's a bad combination. It's a bad combo. Therein lies my big issue on YouTube these days. I voiced that last night. Now, as if that's not bad enough, then you have to go out and berate people that were donors in the past, but now their situation has changed. And now they're useless. They tell you, hey, I had a family member that was laid off of a 22-year job. We're worried. We're nervous. Well, don't come around here unless you can pony up that money. You got that money. Don't come around. Boy, that takes it up to the level where I'm going to have something to say, and that was yesterday. So, for those of you who want to continue playing the game, and yeah, this is fun, support the grifter, the machinations of basically a thief, then go ahead and keep doing it. I believe we're all accountable at some point for what we do. And man, have I made a lot of mistakes on YouTube. But money ain't one of them. Just look around at the state of YouTube today. Look at the decline in content. And then look at people like Janice Adams that continue to pump out day after day, week after week, quality content. Somebody that should have 50,000 views a video. Somebody like RV Debs continues to put out content and show her life in small town Texas. I never heard RB Debs push anybody about money. She talked about the state of her Social Security sometimes when her money got cut off, when her channel went bye bye. She had a right to say, you know, that's a kick in the gut for me. And that hurt like hell. But never once did she whine and say, you know what, you got to help make up that income I lost. She sucked it up. And you know what? That accrues to her benefit and her channel, and it speaks to her nature and the kind of person that she is. She never missed a beat doing the stuff that she loved to do. And she's on a fixed income, single woman, living in Texas, you know. You don't think she goes to bed at night and worries about the state of the world? But yet she doesn't ever put that money cart before the horse. So I have a lot of respect for that, and I appreciate it. Hello, Emerald. Okay, and I think that my moderators feel the same way about the state of things on here. That's why they're moderators on my channel. Nowadays, yeah, no, the spare milkshake fell over on the seat of the passenger seat. God, I had a mess when I got home last night. So I hope I made it crystal clear. The difference between doing content because you love to broadcast your life and then using YouTube as a tool to separate people from their money. That's what I object to. And if people say, well, you have the PayPal, you have the tip button. Yeah, but the difference is I've never ever had a hangout that put money or a video or a trip or a chooch that ever had money as the centerpiece of my activities. It's to me the same as going into the bar and saying, you know what, I had a great time. You're a great bartender. You tell some great stories. Here's a 5 spot for you. That's the normal in life. But woe to the bartender that tries to grab me by the collar, pull me over the side of the bar and say, you know what, if you're going to drink here from now on, you're going to have to pay a $20 a month membership. Or every time that I come into your bar, we're going to talk about the size of the tip that you're going to leave me tonight. You know, Rosie, I'm a little put off at the $2 tip that you gave me last time. I really think that I do a great job of entertaining you. I think it's worth a 20 spot to sit in here for 4 or 5 hours. Do you agree? Bye. I don't know why people don't get the concept in their head, some people, that if you do the content, the people will come and they will voluntarily without being harassed. Love being part of the channel, love uplifting, love doing the text to speech. I mean, it's a normal thing. That's not, to me, that's not e-begging. I call it e-harassing now. It's not even e-begging, it's e-harassing. You're being an e-thug when you start separating people into classes and saying, well, you're a little more important than I am. I'm going to do something special for you. I'm not doing something special out of the ordinary for anybody. If I want to do something special, I'll join a Patreon. I'll do donate something to a channel. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, that's right, Jan. Nobody's ever talked about a family member over there, despite the fact that sitting next to his sister, who I broke bread with in Chicago. Again, somebody else that can be used as a hammer in that instant. That's what a low character you're dealing with. That speaks for itself. That speaks for itself. You know, it ramps it up a whole new level to use family members to part people from their money. Oh, that's funny. That's entertaining. Yeah. I'll never go to that place. I never have. I'll talk about you as an individual, but not people's family. Thank you very much, Long Island Girl. Hi, Sherriana and everybody. Nice thing about that. So that's the difference between it. I'm not going to be that bartender that pulls you over the side of the bar by your shirt collar or tells you, let me see if you got that. Let me check your pockets. You got money in there? Hell, I had that in 7th, 9th grade. You know, people come up to you, got any money? Nope. Let me check your pockets. You know, this grab. This grab. So yesterday I pushed back. People know the realities of grifting. What the difference between a channel that puts content first and a channel that puts money first at every point of the way. We can't help what other people do. We'll never be able to do that. Good morning, Joey D. So I appreciate that. I do. I'm going to just go get a refill of my coffee here. I'll be right back. I've always said, everybody, the hardest thing to do on YouTube, and the thing that demands the most over time, year in, year out, is to build up a platform on a positive basis. Now, what does that mean? A platform that's built on a negative basis is going to continuously hammer on other people as a point of the channel and become what I call dramakazis. People that come to a channel and think, I've got to talk about some drama, because that's the only way I'm going to fill up my live stream. The low-hanging fruit, bing, they'll show up. But start talking about RVs, Start talking about your passion. Class B camper vans, and you know what? They'll leave in droves because that's not what brought them. The hardest thing and most time consuming thing over time is to build a channel on your passion, because people will come very slowly to it. You won't get the drama people that come to see somebody laid out. What you'll start to get is very high quality people that enjoy history. They enjoy your spin on history. They enjoy window shopping with you, seeing new towns, seeing how towns change over time. It takes a long time to build people so that a hangout like walking in Sonoma through graveyards and things like that can end up having 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000 views. There wasn't any drama on that stream, but it was high quality people that came. Why? Because I've taken time to grow that audience that enjoys seeing that. And it's a positive experience. I don't have to put my head down on the pillow at night and think, man, how much longer can I continue and keep this up and haranguing and degrading people and lying about people. How much longer can I keep this up? What a way to go through life. And as I've said, no, you're a high quality person, Uber Cooper, and nobody would tell you otherwise. So it's a failure to recognize that all that you have successfully built is a troll channel. Once in a while, you'll get a big hitter that'll come along and belt down a few drinks and be supportive. But overall, it's not the kind of channel that you've built a positive experience for people to come to. So you can expect that a channel like that over time will continue to degrade as we get closer to the end of the realities of economic problems in the future, as more and more people wake up to the fact that, hey, if I'm going to give something, at least I'm going to get some entertainment. Why do you think Netflix has gone through the roof now? Building things, how you doing, Fish? Building things right way takes a long time. Long time. And as I said, the real scary thing about YouTube for me is when somebody gets it in their head that they're good, that they're great, that they're a great entertainer, and they pass from being entertaining to pass to being a money grabber. Oh, wow. I got so many people here now. What if I just start beating the drum and pounding on people for money? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What a great thing. Horrible. Horrible. Thank you, Gal. What's up, Kitten Cat? So I hope I've put that out there. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the stream this morning. I'll continue speaking out where I feel it's appropriate. For those who lack the intellect to understand the difference between how a channel can grow in a positive way as opposed to a negative way, I'll continue to enlighten people as I see, in my opinion. You know, the wonderful thing for me now is, like I said, I have the ability to travel modestly. Nothing wrong with that. That's respectful of what other people do for you. You know, that's respect. Go stick yourself in the Bellagio or the Wynn or the Encore in Vegas because I'm a queen. Look, you peasants, I got the perfect traveling rig. I don't need that. Okay, that's the joy of my life. I don't have a van that's 31 years old. Did I have to go to bed at night wondering is tomorrow the day that the differential goes out? End the game. So I'm going to continue bringing the content, going out and entertaining, doing what I do. Uh, Thank you, B Wald. Thank you. Hey, Peachy. Thank you to all you guys. Sorry I didn't, just had to keep my mind on what I was talking about today here. I don't care, T-Bone. Dave's always going to do MFD. That's what Dave does. Doesn't ever move my needle. You know me, I'm on back all the time. I know that. Thank you, Craig. You are like a wonderful friend. And you know what I got to find myself doing with people like Craig and other people? Slow down. I don't want you to ever have the idea in your head that, I'm abusing or using you. So keep your money in your pocket. What a concept these days. Keep your money in your pocket. Don't do anymore. You do plenty. That's called having a conscience. That's called protecting people from their own generosity. That's a normal, emotional, ethical thing to do. Thank you, Yahoo. Thank you, Sean. This is kind of my outfit for summer. I'm waiting for the sun to come out in more ways than one. This has been a very miserable March and or through April. It's not because of rain. It's just because it's this morning layer just doesn't burn off. Happy Sunday, Amy. There you go, Nathan. But you guys understand what I'm saying. If you really care about people, you care about people. If you don't care about people, the fakeness, maybe they won't catch up to you today. Maybe it'll take a week, maybe it'll take a month. But fakeness always gets weeded out. And people's true motivations always come to the fore. And the day you understand that somebody just sees you as dollar signs is the day you better pack your operation and move on. Because that's disrespect at its highest level for that. No, its temperatures aren't really that great. No, T-Bone, I'm going to see you. I'm not, we'll see what happens. I'll probably just take that project on myself because I know a lot of the things to do. I really think you should consider writing. We'll see, Tars. We'll see. But if I do engage in that project, it'll be full on, full bore. Vanessa, you're back. Yay, there you are. Hey, Vanessa, welcome back. Haven't seen you. We were wondering about you the other day. We were wondering about you the other day. Hey, Khaled, how are you? Well, thank you, T-Bone. I appreciate that. You know, if you want to talk about complying to YouTube's terms and rules, well, you can start with that illegal channel right off the bat. But I'm not that kind of vindictive person. But I'll tell you, if you keep hammering people and berating them because they can't afford to give, then it'll be a different story. Let's just say the notice has been served. Thank you. Thank you. Doing well, recovering from yesterday. There'll be lots more content coming up in the. This should be another good week coming up on the channel. Find some other places to check out. I've been very interested. We have finally here in the area, we have some restaurants that are starting to close their doors. Unfortunately, because they don't think that they're going to make it through. It's the next 60 days in this country, in this nation. Say a prayer for this nation. I don't think any of us want to tumble into a greater. We had the Great Depression. I don't think any of us want to tumble into the greatest depression. We should all be behind all the efforts that everybody's doing to try to keep us safe and to try to get things going again. Okay, Vanessa got a bad news. Are you kidding me, T-Bone? Threatening Baghdad? Suppose a man who's can't face up to his own sexual identity was to be discovered in Baghdad. Can't even be true to himself. Can't even state it out that I'm a gay man. You'd be the first one thrown off. Have a scimitar at your neck and be the first one thrown off the building. That shows you the weakness of character of the individual. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Have I heard, have I heard about, let's see, have I heard any word on opening? No, I'm expecting it to come this week. I'm expecting the word to come this week. Yeah, that just shows what a weak, spineless character. You know, enough said. I'm not here to berate that, but stand up and at least be honest. But there's nothing honest about it. There's nothing honest about the person. You've got to like yourself before you can love others. You got to recognize what you are. I don't run away from what I am. I tell you, I'm a confused, gender confused individual. Me. But it's no excuse to live life like an animal without caring about other people. No excuse whatsoever to be that way. So with that, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I hope it's not the middle of the May. The numbers continue to go up. I worry and pray. All the people who passed away, all the medical professionals, the responders out there that deal As one physician said, you're living every day next to a nuclear reactor, putting out virus and things like that you're treating. There's a lot of heroes out there right now. A lot of heroes. And you to validate. Don't worry about that T-bone. That's just a guy just reaching for straws to be relevant. And to do the MFD, yeah, I've owned a restaurant. It's a very difficult business to own. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to close it out. Thank you. I hope I shed some light on that. I'll probably be back this evening for just a fun hangout. Have a couple beers. I'm fasting today because of that hamburger and shake last night. Oh, no. So I'm going to go ahead. Yes, pray for you. Yes, your daughter is a hero, Vicky, and everybody else that's a nurse or a physician, a clerical worker, a orderly, a support team, helping these people. Thank God for people. Thank God that we have a society that cares and doesn't just throw people into the bin. It's wonderful. So thank you, all of you, and have a wonderful day. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button on the way out, please take a second to do so. And I am very appreciative for that. Thank you, everybody.